Hey everyone, this is Brian and Amber Greenmore from Greenmore Games, and we're going to show you a quick playthrough of a match of MiniSteel, 1v1. So, to start the match, we're each going to shake the die, and the highest roll is going to play first. I have a 3, Amber has a 1, so I start, which is awesome. As you can see, we each have 10 health points or HP tokens to start with. And the objective is to get the other player or your opponent down to 0 HP, and then you win the game. We also have these draw tokens, which you can play at any time to acquire 3 cards for no action, for free basically. So to start, we're going to each draw 6 cards. And then we'll play through the match and show you how it's done. So I actually have a very interesting hand to start with. As you can see, I have these 3 cards, which are actually free actions, so I can equip these on myself, which I'm going to do right away. And the star indicates that they're a free action each. This one actually gives me +1 defense. This allows me to draw an extra card at the beginning of my turn, and this gives me +1 attack. So all these are pretty awesome, especially to start with. So to equip these, I'm going to lay them in front of me. And again, those are free actions, and now I still have 2 actions left of my turn. So this leaves me with the rest of my 3 cards. So there's not a whole lot I can do except for attack using the hatchet, which is a 2 attack. So I'm going to try that. Plus I have my +1 attack, the spiked glove, which is this, which gives me basically +1. So the hatchet becomes not 2, but 3 attack. So I'm going to attack Amber for 3 damage.
All right, so in my hand, you can see that I have a couple of shield options here, but this is not going to be enough by itself, and this one I have to roll in order to find out how much I block. So I'm going to lay this one, and we'll see what I block. So I was able to block what would have been 4, so I take no damage.
And then I have these 2 left, which I can't really do anything with right now, unfortunately. So what I might actually consider doing, and it's a little bit early in the game to do this, but I'm going to use one of my draw tokens to get 3 free cards. See if I can get some attack cards in here. Okay, so as you can see, I've picked up a few things that I can actually work with here. And what I'm going to do is the poison dagger combo, which actually gives me a perk of kind of +1 damage and poison, all for 1 action. Plus I have my spiked glove, which gives me +1 attack. So really this attacks for 3 and poisons Amber. So I'll give that a try.
All right, and you can see in my hand, I have a shield that's worth 2 points. So I can block 2 of it, but I'm still going to take 1 damage, and because I've taken any damage, I'm also going to take a poison token. So I'm going to turn in 1 of my health points and take a poison token. And what a poison token does is at the beginning of my turn, I will have to lose 1 health point for every poison token I have until I can remove them with remedy cards that are within the deck.
Which is awesome for me. So. Okay, and then it is your turn. I've taken my 2 actions, so now it's Amber's turn.
All right. So at the start of every turn, you draw up to 6 cards unless you are special like Brian and you have the satchel, which then allows you to draw up to 7. So to add to my hand, I'm going to pick up this one and this one. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to play an attack on Brian. And similar to what he did to me is I'm going to play a combo. So I'm going to take a hatchet and a poison and combine them. And that's going to be for, instead of 2 and poison, it's going to be 3 and poison. So I'm going to try that.
And this is what I currently have in my hand. So I could use this to defend. This is kind of a dual purpose card. We'll go over that later. But instead, I think what I'm going to do is combine my two weak shields, or my wooden shields. which blocks 2 attack, plus I have my armor equipped, which gives me +1 defense. So really I block that entire attack, and Amber does nothing, which again is awesome.
Alright, so as you can see, I don't have a lot of attack options, but what I am going to do is I'm going to lay a poison card and just try to poison Brian and make him lose a health point at the start of his turn.
And I have nothing to block the poison with. I don't have a green remedy card, so I take a poison token. And that was your second action, correct?
Correct, but
Okay.
I'm also going to quickly use my draw 3 token because I want to make sure that I have more than just this current hand in my hand for Brian's turn.
Alright, so at the start of my turn, I'm going to immediately take my poison damage, 1 damage per poison token, so there goes 1 HP. And then I'm going to draw my cards, draw back up to 6, normally, so I'll draw 6 first. But because I have the satchel equipped, I get to draw an extra one as well. So really I'm drawing 7. So here you can see what I've picked up, some interesting cards. What I think I'll do is use the magnifying glass. So what this does is I play this, I shake the die, I shook a 2. So I draw 2 cards off the top of the deck. I keep 1 and discard the rest. So I'm going to discard the other one. Now what I think I'll do is use the green remedy card to take away 1 poison token. So I won't have to worry about that at the start of my next turn. And that's it for that turn, so now it's Amber's turn.
Alright, so I will take my 1 point of damage for the poison token that I have. And for me, I want to build up my hand a little bit more. You can see that I have some potions and things like that that I can use for different things, but I'm going to do the same action as Brian did originally and use the magnifying glass. And you can see here I rolled a 6, so here I get to select 6 cards from the top of the deck. And I can choose what I'm going to keep, and I'm going to keep this one and discard the rest. So now for my next action, what I'm going to do is I'm going to play a combo of a health potion and a remedy, which will allow me to get 3 health points back as well as remove my poison damage. So I can remove my poison token and get 3 health points back, and now I'm back up to full health.
All right, and that was your turn?
Yep.
Okay, that was rough. All right, so my turn. I have 6 cards already, but again, I have the satchel equipped, so I get 1 extra card anyways. And I think what I'll do now is use one of the fate cards. So how this card works, I would normally choose who to attack. If there's like a 3 or 4 player game, I would choose the opponent I want to attack. All right, so I'm going to shake the die. And this time we'll use the colored corner of the die. So basically this is the equivalent of playing a dagger card on Amber, which is just 1 attack usually. But again, I have my spiked glove, which is +1 attack, so it's 2 attack total.
And I don't have a lot of cards in my hand, but I do have a 2 shield, so I'm going to play that in black.
And you've blocked the whole thing. Wonderful. So happy for you. What I think I'll do next is play another fate card and see what happens. Again, shaking the die. And this time, I actually heal Amber. So this is the equivalent of playing a potion card, which is normally you gain 2 health and draw a card. Amber is already at 10 HP, so she can't overheal. She can only go up to 10, but she can still draw a card, which is super great for her. And that was my last action, so it's your turn.
All right. So I get to draw up to 6. So I have 4 cards in my hand. I'm going to draw 2 more. All right. So the first thing I want to do is I'm going to use one of these hook ropes. So this can be used to either steal a shield when someone places it after they're trying to defend an attack, or you can use it to steal one of your opponent's cards. And in this case, I'm going to steal one of Brian's equipable cards. And I'm going to choose his armor because I want to make sure that my attacks count. And want to make sure that I have what I need if I don't have any shields. Alright, so the other card I'm going to play on my turn is the swap rope. So what this does is this essentially takes my hand and makes it Brian's hand and Brian's hand mine. So I'm doing that kind of risky, but I'm going to assume that he has something better in his hand than I have currently.
You would assume correctly. Let me just show it real quick. See that black and white card? That's a very special card, which I'm losing right now, and I'm not super happy about it. Let me see what you gave me. Oh, that's great. Thanks. It's also worth noting that Amber can actually keep this or equip this right away upon stealing it with the hook rope. As you can see, she's done that. Okay, that was your second action.
Yep.
It is now my turn. Drawing up to 6, and then drawing an extra because of my satchel. An interesting hand I have. Okay, here's what I have right now. I think what I'm going to do, because I have so many of these can be very useful cards, but I think I'm going to play one to steal my armor back and keep it equipped. And then I'll try another one of these to steal a card at random from Amber's hand. She's shuffling them up right now like she's clever.
I am clever.
Okay, and I'm stealing. Okay, that's also a special card, so I'm pretty happy with that. And those are my 2 actions, so now it's Amber's turn again.
Alright, so I'm going to draw up to 6. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to play the Flame Shot on Brian to try to attack for 2. Because he has the armor, it's going to be only 1, but if he cannot defend it, it would also destroy 2 of his cards.
Which is the case for me, unfortunately. I can't defend. I have no defense cards. No physical defense cards, I should say.
So the 2 cards that I'm going to choose to destroy are going to be his armor and his spike glove.
And when we say destroy, as you can see, they just go on the discard pile. So that was rough for me. And it's also worth noting that with the flame shot specifically, you can target what cards you want to destroy. So as you can see, Amber destroyed my equipables that I had equipped. She could have also destroyed 2 cards from my hand at random.
Alright, and then for my second action, I'm going to use this, which is called the trip rope. And what that's going to do is it will allow me to skip Brian's next turn. So that's my second action. So at this point, Brian, if he had any poison, he'd still take the poison for his turn, and he can still draw up to 6 or now 7 because he still has the satchel.
So all I can do right now, because my turn is skipped, is draw up an extra card. So I'm at 7 cards because of my satchel. And then my turn is essentially skipped. This can go away, and it's Amber's turn again.
Alright, so I will start my turn by drawing up to 6 cards, and I have an awful lot of these, which I may end up discarding just to get some different cards in my hand. So that's another thing that you can do. So I am full health, so I don't need the health benefit, but I may want to discard 2 of these, and then I get 2 cards that I can pick up from the top of the deck.
So you're playing the potion
Combo.
health combo,
Yep.
which normally would heal you for 5 HP
Correct.
and gives you 2 cards off the deck.
Yep.
Which in my opinion was kind of a waste, but that's okay.
And then I'm going to play another flame shot to try to hit Brian for 2 damage and destroy 2 cards.
Okay, well, I'll block 1 of that attack. But because I took damage, I still am affected by the Amber destroying 2 of my cards.
So I'm going to destroy his satchel as 1, and then I'm going to choose 1 at random from his hand. And I'm going to choose a health potion.
So that hurt. That hurt a lot.
All
Okay,
right, you're up.
I'm up. Drawing up to 6 cards now because my satchel is gone forever. Here's my new hand. So what I'm going to do is play a very powerful combo. The Poison Scythe combo. So what this does, if we had more than one player playing or one opponent, it would hit everyone on the table for 2 because of the combo. Makes this 2 attack. And it hits automatically because it's unblockable, which is what this little shield with a line through it means. So I'm going to play it. Obviously it's going to affect only Ember. For 2 and poison, which she cannot block.
I'll take my 2 damage and take my poison token.
And I get to also draw a card at random from Amber's hand. Which is awesome. That's that special card we were talking about. And then what I'm going to do is we'll just try a simple, straightforward dagger attack for 1.
Alright, and as you can see here, I do have a shield, but I'm going to choose not to use it at this point in time. So I'm just going to take a damage because it's only 1 damage.
Right, it's worth noting that you don't have to use your shields if you don't want to, if you want to risk taking the damage.
Alright, and now it's back to my turn, so I'm going to draw up to 6. Alright, so as we mentioned, this is a free action to equip any equipable cards, so I'm going to place my Spike Glove right away. And for my first action, I'm going to play that health combo that I played last time, although this time I do need health. So I'm going to get back up to full health.
How many potions do you have?
All of them, apparently.
Really
and
nice.
2 cards. And I just picked up another equipable, so I'm going to play that right away, which will help me defend. And now I am going to do a combo on Brian. So I'm going to play the Hatchet and Poison combo to try to hit him for what would normally be 3 in poison, but because of the Spike Glove, it's 4 in poison.
That's a big ouch. So what I'm going to do, all I can do is play one of my remedies to block the poison of that attack, that combo attack, but it's still the full value, the full attack value of the combo, which is 4 because of Amber's Spike Glove. So I get hit for 4, which brings me down to 3 HP, which is rough. Okay, that was your second action?
Yep.
All right, then I'm up. All right, here's what I've got. So I'll play my equipable, another satchel, which is cool. And I'll play another hook rope to steal the armor. This is a very equipable, intensive match of MiniSteel, which is cool. And then what I'll do, I think right now would be a good time to play my other draw token. So, whoops, thanks for that. 3 free cards for me. Those are the 3 cards I've drawn. Not too bad. And I think I'll try a sword poison combo, which normally a sword alone is 3 damage, 3 attack I should say. But because it's a combo, it's 4 damage and poison.
Alright, so I only have 2 cards left in my hand. I'm choosing not to use my draw 3 token yet. Or my last draw 3 token, I should say. So I'm going to try this card. So this is a card that can be played either as a shield or as an attack. So I'm going to be playing it as a shield, and I'll roll for the value. And a value of 4.
So you blocked the whole thing.
Yep.
that's great. Okay, that's my turn.
So now that I'm down to 1 card, I get to draw 5 more. And don't want to forget, take my health or poison damage at the beginning of my turn. So what I'm going to do first and foremost is, again, this is a very equipable intensive round. I'm going to play a hook rope to get the armor back. And for my next action, I'm going to do a poison dagger combo. So that would normally be for 2 and poison, but it's going to be for 3 and poison because of my spike glove.
So I could try to block the poison using one of my remedies, but because it's still 3 attack, it won't matter, and I've been wiped out. However, luckily I stole this, the Revival Scepter, from Amber earlier, which I'll play to basically revive myself after dying. So all of my cards go to the discard pile. Everything, all of my poison tokens, if I had any equipped, would go also to the discard. My equippables, my satchel goes away. I shake the die to determine what my health is now. I shook a 3, so I have 3 health, which isn't great, but it's something. I take 1 draw token, and I draw 6 new cards.
And it's worth noting that there's only 1 Revival Scepter in the entire deck, so it is a very luck of the draw kind of card to get and have in your hand if and when you would otherwise be vanquished.
Right. So, was that your first or second action?
That was my second, so
Okay.
it's up to you, but I'm going to use my last draw 3 token because I need some additional cards in my hand to help me out here.
Is it because you're scared?
I don't know that I'd go that far. I am almost at full health and you're at 3.
That's true. You have equippables equipped. It's looking pretty grim.
All right, you're
Okay.
up.
Here's what I've drawn for my new hand, which is okay, not the best. I think what I'm going to do is take a chance and play my other draw token. Interesting.
It's always good.
So what I think I'll do now is play another fate card. Hopefully I don't heal Amber again, which is awful. So I shook a flame shot, essentially. Okay, so that's usually 2 damage and destroy 2 cards if you can't block it.
So you can see that I only have the 1 shield and it's for only 1, but because I have my trusty little armor here, that will be 2
Okay,
shield.
all right.
So I block the whole thing, so he doesn't get to destroy any of my cards.
So good try, Brian. How about this though? A trip rope, which skips Amber's turn.
Okay,
That's my second action. So now Amber is still going to be affected by her poison.
so I'll take 1 poison damage and I still get to draw a card because I'm down to 5. And it's back to Brian.
It's
and
my
this
turn.
goes
You
away.
discard that. Yes, perfect. And I'm not so sure that was a good move on my part because there's not a whole lot I can do right now. So what I'm actually going to do is discard some cards. I'm going to discard a remedy and a wooden shield. So if you want to skip one of your turns or one of your actions or both of your actions, you have to discard 1 card per forfeited action. So because I wanted to skip both of my actions, I discarded 2 cards. And now it's your turn again.
Really dumb move.
Thank you. Thanks.
All right, so for my first action, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to play a health potion remedy combo.
And take away 1 of your damage first from your
sorry.
poison.
Take my damage first.
But
But now, now I'm going to play this poison remedy health potion combo. And what that allows me to do is instead of healing for 2, I'll heal for 3, and I get rid of this darn poison token that has been eating away at my health this entire time. I'm going to do that, get rid of that. I'm going to get 3 health back.
Oops.
Yep. So I'm back up to full health, and I get to draw a card. So now I'm going to test the fates on Brian. So I'm going to play a fate card.
Dagger.
And dagger. So that would normally be 1, but I have a spike glove, so that's 2 damage.
So I am down to 1 HP, but still hanging on.
All right, and it's your turn.
All right. So I'm drawing 1 more to get up to 6. Here's my new hand. I'm going to play a sword.
Alright, and I can't block it, but I do have an armor, so it only hits me for 2 instead of 3.
And it's also worth noting that the armor gives you +1 defense. If you play a shield, it gives you +1 to that, but it also acts as basically a weak shield for 1 defense no matter what.
Alright.
And for my last action...
Of the whole game, because I'm going to take you out on my next turn, right?
I have to discard a card and just skip for reasons.
Alright.
Amber had a very confused look on her face just now.
So that has me pretty positive that he has a certain card in his hand that is a white card. So we'll see what happens soon.
Interesting.
So I'm going to draw up to 6. Alright, so this is what I have. So for my first action, what I'm going to do is poison Brian.
That's fine. And I can't block that, so I'll take a poison token.
And just so everyone knows, you can't die from poison, but I'm doing that essentially just to kind of secure myself a little bit if he does have the ability to start to heal himself a little. And then the last thing I'm going to do is the flame shot again for 2 damage and destroy 2 cards. So let's see that card that I know that you have.
I'm not sure why you would do what you did just now. But I'm going to play the Confusion Dust, which is also a very special card. There's only 1 in the whole deck. And what this does is deflects the attack back onto the attacker. So really, I destroy 2 of Amber's cards, and she takes 2 damage. So, I think I'll destroy both equipables. It's comeback time. I can feel it.
We're both making very questionable decisions in this game, apparently.
Right, yep. Me for sure.
All right, that's your turn.
I'm up?
Yep.
All right. So once again, I have a poison token. I only have 1 damage, or I'm sorry, 1 health, but I can't die completely from poison. I can be brought all the way down to 1 health, but I can't die from it. Unless, if I were to have 5 poison tokens, that would automatically wipe me out completely, which is rough and has happened to me many, many times. So I'm going to drop 6 cards. This is my new hand. And let me think for a moment. First, I'm going to try a straight poison.
All right, and I can't block it,
Excellent.
So I'll take poison damage.
That's great news.
Or poison, for now.
And then I'll play another hook rope to steal a card at random. As you can see, I stole a hook rope with a hook rope.
All right, and that's your turn, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I'll take my poison damage at the start of my turn, and I will draw cards here, get up to 6. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to play this, which may be a bit of overkill, but I'm going to try. And I'm going to do the sword poison combo on Brian, which will attack him for instead of 3, it'd be 4 and poison.
What I'm going to do is play both of my steel shields, which blocks 4, which blocks the whole attack, which is awesome and miraculous.
But I'm going to count on the fact that that was his last shield, hopefully, and I'm going to play now the hatchet to hit him for 2.
Which is just enough because I can block 1, but I still get hit for 1, which is all I have left, and that's the end of Brian.
And once again, the creator of the game loses just like he usually does.
I lose this game all the time. I lose at this all the time, and it's the worst. But this has been a quick playthrough of a match of MiniSteel. We hope you enjoyed it, and stay tuned for additional matches in the future.